Okay, so this is actually the third winding that we did of the warp. It's 11 yards of Mackay tartan warp, and I should have used a different color for the separator threads. I used loom waste, but I did for the choke ties. I used red, and then for the lease ties, I used the gold. And so the after being stored in the utility room away from the cats for a couple days, it still looks promising. So we'll put this in here and we'll hide it away from the cats and then pull it out as we need it. And then we're going to use these as leaf sticks. And we'll tie them back together. If I could get the threads through. I'm not good at threads. Okay, there we have our temporary leaf sticks until we get more clamps for a more permanent setup on here. And these will hopefully help a lot more than this warp over here did. So I'll start off by taking off the choke tie. This choke tie here seemed to really help keep the ends from getting tangled. Okay, so after some discussion, we've decided to do it this way. We'll take off the least ties here, and it didn't come off very well. And then we'll comb this out. Carefully, of course. Some of what looks like tangles in there are actually like this one. It's actually a knot where I had started the thread. So it's not actually a tangle. Same thing with this one right here. That's a knot where I had started on the first peg of the warping board. So it's actually looking really good. Okay, so I went to the cross and found the first thread on the side, and then I'll go over here, thread it through, and the next thread should be the one that's over that. And that was at the end. And so this one will be first, the last one, the other end. So we've put two threads through. One of them went through the reed with a prior pattern because I'm using two threads per dent and there's already a thread in there. So I'll make sure this is the right place. And look around, pull it through, and then I'll use this nice little tool here to pull it through the reed.
The sleigh hook.
The sleigh hook?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's what the tool is, a sleigh hook. Okay, so I have finally finished after today is September 13th. It's been 1 week since I started warping, and I have finished the chain on the left. I have one more chain to put on. This is the chain that had the cross and the choke ties and got chained and had lease ties, and that's the one on the left, of course, and then the one on the right is the one that had originally just the ties to separate the colors out. And while they look both kind of messy back here, I didn't have to come out or detangle the one on the left. That's just how it came, and there's a tie right here spacing out the colors. So overall it was much better than this one, which had to be detangled. I had to add some choke ties to prevent worse tangling. And so, was it the choke ties or was it the leaf sticks cross that prevented the tangling and made it a lot easier? Probably a combination of the two. What I plan to do now is to warp the next chain that did not have any cross in it, and then I'll find out if the big difference was due to the leaf stick or the cross or a combination.